Hey everybody, welcome to the channel today at T-Wade's Barbecue Treats. I'm Cliff. First of all, I just want to tell you guys thank you for tuning into the channel today. I'm excited about today's cook. It's Easter weekend this weekend, so we're rocking and rolling today. It's a Saturday. Friday, we did pizzas last night, Friday, so if you missed those videos, go check those out. But yeah, it's Easter weekend. And we're going to do something a little different today, something we haven't done on the channel before. We're going to do some beef short ribs. And kind of excited about these guys, and I'll tell you why I'm excited about these. These came from a local beef farm that we have here. I call it a beef farm, but they raise cows. This is basically what they do. They ship this stuff. I live in the state of Mississippi, and they're local here in the state of Mississippi, and I'm really excited about it. Their company's name is Honestly Beef. I have no affiliation with them. This is really just me excited that there was a local farm here that I could get these from, and I'm pretty stoked that they delivered them straight to my door. So, not trying to promote them. I don't really know them like that. They are from my wife's hometown, and we didn't even know that. We don't live in her hometown anymore, and we were just listening to the radio one day, and you guys know with all this coronavirus stuff going on, there's a shortage of meat right now. Especially in Mississippi, you can't get chicken. You can get beef and stuff, but like, who wants to go to the store right now to do that? So we were kind of like, let's try it out. Let's give it a shot. And they delivered it straight to the door. It was reasonable price. I mean, maybe we probably paid a little more than we would have at the grocery store, but I felt like it was reasonable, and it's fresh stuff. It's coming right off their farm, so I'm really excited to try this, man. If these are really good, then I'm probably gonna order some more of this stuff. But shipping it right to your door, fresh from a farm right near my house, probably about 2 hours away from my house. I am excited, guys. I mean, so let's go ahead and show you what I'm gonna do to these short ribs today. I've never done short ribs on my Kamado Joe. So this is my first video doing short ribs on a Kamado Joe. I've done them in the past. I've done them on a gas grill, which gas is a cuss word in my house now. If you guys have watched my videos, we don't use gas anymore. But a long time ago, I've done them on a gas grill. I've done them on a little charcoal grill before, but never on my Kamado Joe. And never on my pellet grill either. So that'll probably be a future video too. But we're gonna go ahead and get these things cut open. I've had them unthawed. They came frozen, straight to my door frozen. And just had them in there and thawing a little bit. And I mean, there's not a whole ton of meat on these, as you guys can see. I mean, there's a little bit. My wife was joking with me. She's like, when are you gonna cook the snack? She's calling this a snack. So, I only got 2 packs of them. I think it's like almost 4 pounds. So it's not a ton of meat here. But, we'll try to make it work and make it exciting. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut some of this fat off of here. I'm not gonna cut it all off, but I'm gonna cut a little bit off just to kind of give us something to adhere our seasoning to, But as you can see, there's a fat cap on here, pretty thick. So I'm gonna cut that down. I don't think you guys can see. Let me try to tilt my camera down here a little bit so maybe you guys can see a little bit better. That's a little bit better. But what I'm gonna do, guys, is I'm gonna cut this fat cap down a little bit, and then I'm gonna try to pull this membrane off the back here. They have a little bit of a membrane, so I'm gonna try to pull that off. I'm not gonna bore you guys with the specifics of me doing this. So as soon as I get this trimmed down, I'll come back to you guys and I'll show you what I did. But I'm really gonna I'm not gonna try to trim all the fat off this, but I'm gonna try to trim a good bit, because if you don't, the seasoning just don't adhere to these ribs is good. So but we'll come back in a minute and I'll show you guys what it looks like, guys. I hope you hang in there. Hey guys, back. Man, that took me a long time to trim those short ribs. Kind of show you what we're working with here though. This is kind of what they look like. I mean, they're real good. I cut all the fat off because you want that seasoning to adhere, and that silver skin on the back of these, oh my gosh, that was hard to pull off. Anybody you really talk to or watch videos on, they'll tell you the silver skin is, or not the silver skin, but the membrane is really hard to pull off the back of the ribs. Even on pork ribs, it's kind of hard, but on beef ribs, it's extra hard. So I trimmed these down as good as I could. I didn't get every single piece of fat off of here. As you can see, this is bone. I didn't really worry about getting the fat off that. So, but I tried to trim them down a little bit just to have something so I could get my seasoning to it here. And even on the back side, I trimmed them up a little bit. There's still fat on there, like I said, but enough to where I can get some seasoning on these things now. And I have 4 little slabs here. Each one of these has about 2 bones in it. So, I mean, there's not a horrible amount of meat on these things, but there's a decent amount. So what I'm gonna do here now, guys, is I'm gonna put me a little binder, a little olive oil. And I'm just gonna rub it in on each side. And what I'm gonna end up doing is I'm gonna use a seasoning that I usually do brisket with, that I've been doing briskets with anyways, and some pork butts too. It's a seasoning that one of my friends gave me to try out. It's got smoked paprika, cinnamon, sea salt, pepper. It's a little mixture of a lot of different things. So we're gonna try that out today and see how that works on these short ribs. And I'm gonna get my Kamado up to about 225-ish, 250 today. And we're just gonna go until these things are cooked. I mean, 190-ish is what we're looking to get internal temps to. We'll get some probes in these bad boys and we'll get them on the grill, but we'll go ahead and season these up. Let's go ahead and rub some more olive oil on here. Yeah, like I said, just really looking forward to this cook today. This local farm that we got this beef from, we're just really excited about it. You know, it hasn't been processed, no dyes, so we're kind of excited to see if there's a big taste difference in the beef we've been getting from the grocery store to the beef we just got from this place. So, and here it is. This is, like I said, my friend's rub. I've used this before. If you guys have watched my videos, Biker Jake's hog rub. We're just gonna put a pretty good amount on these things. We want some good flavor on these. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna spritz these with apple juice while they cook too. We love pork ribs. We don't do ribs a whole lot, but we do like pork ribs. And we hadn't had no beef ribs in a long time, and pork ribs have actually been kind of hard to get a hold of right now. So we said, you know what? Let's go with the beef ribs. Let's give them a try. It's better than no ribs, right? So I'm gonna give these a real good coating. And we'll do the edges. I'm not gonna do a whole lot on the backside because it's mainly bone, but I'm gonna do right in between that bone where that meat is. So I don't want to waste my rub on just a bone, so that's literally all I would be seasoning. Some guys don't even season the backside. I do if there's meat there. Pretty good, pretty good. Now here, on this backside, you got some meat in there, so in between those 2 bones, you got quite a bit of meat, so I'm gonna hit that pretty good. I think it took me over an hour to trim these up, guys. So if you're doing these short ribs, these had a lot of fat on them. You know, if you get them from the grocery store or whatever, just keep in mind you're gonna probably have a lot of trimming to do, unless you can get some real lean looking ones. And there's still fat in these ribs. So if you're saying, well, there ain't no fat, there ain't no flavor, there's fat in the middle. So that fat's gonna flavor the meat. I'm not really worried about there not being enough fat to flavor the meat. So it's kind of like brisket. When you cut the fat off, you still have fat in the actual meat, marbling in the meat. So I'll tell you what, these already smell really good. Just seasoning them up. We are almost done. Season the backside of this. Get this. All right, guys, so what I'm gonna do here, I'm done seasoning them up. I'm gonna get these out to my grill. I gotta get my grill up first. I don't even have my grill ready yet, but we're gonna let these sit, let this seasoning kind of penetrate the meat a little bit, and then we're gonna get on out there to the grill and make it happen with old Red today. Old Red's ready, boy. You know, here at T-Wade's Barbecue Treats, old Red's always ready to go. So we'll be back in a little bit. We'll show you guys us slapping these things on the grill and having a good old time. See y'all. These ribs on. We got our temp here at about 220, 225-ish. I just don't want to go above 250 today. So the Joe's ready to go. Got our ribs ready to go. They look good. So let's go ahead and get these bad boys on. There we go, man. Got some good smoke rolling through. That's a clear smoke too. That's not that thick, nasty stuff that you always hear people talk about. But we got some hickory on here. So hoping this gives them a good flavor. I don't know how long it's gonna take them. I've got a probe. I'll just keep checking them every hour or so. We'll come back to you guys when we do our first check. But looking good right now, guys. We'll see y'all in a minute. All right, everybody. We're about well, I just opened it, but we've been pretty steady at about 225. So it's been a couple hours. I just opened it just to check it before I brought you guys out here, and they're looking pretty dang good, guys. I just spritzed them. I'll give them a little more spritz though, just so they don't dry out. A little apple cider vinegar water mixture here. They're starting to get really good color on them. They're pulling away from the bones like I want. They're still not quite there as far as the tenderness goes. I'm not really going too much on temp tonight. I'm really going on tenderness. So we'll keep checking them. One of these is probing pretty tender, but I'm gonna let it go a little bit longer. This one right here is probing pretty tender, but it's one of the thinner ones. And the bones are almost about to just pull out of it. But the rest of them are not probing too tender yet. So I'm just gonna keep letting them go and see what they'll do. But we'll come back to you guys in a few minutes. Probably be about 30 or 45 minutes before I check them again, and then we'll see how tender they are. And if they're ready, we'll pull them off. All right, guys, see you in a little bit. All right, guys, so here's where we are right now. We've been going for about a little bit over 3 hours, probably getting closer to 3.5 hours. And these things are looking really good, guys. I mean, look at the color on them. See how they're pulling back off those bones? I mean, that's amazing. That's what you want. But the color's just really good. And I've probed these things, and they're probing pretty tender. But they're, you know, obviously they're not there yet. But see how that's easily probing right there. I mean, that's what you want. I mean, I'm looking at the temp too. But here's the deal. They're at like 160. Most of these, with the exception of this little one over here, and he's kind of small and he's thin too. He's at like 180 something. He can probably just almost come off, but I'm gonna wrap him and let him get up to that 190, 195. He's only got like 10 more degrees to go, but the rest of these are probing at about 160, 165. So, and these are all thicker sets of ribs, short ribs here. So these three pretty much in the same spot. They're about 160s-ish. This one, 185. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap them, because this is generally where you want to wrap them, in the 160 range. So some guys will let these go, they won't wrap. I'm gonna wrap. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap these and just get them up to my 190. I'm looking for a target of about 195, 200. You know, we ain't got to be precise. We could be right around that 200 range is good. But I'm gonna go ahead and wrap, and we'll come back to you guys after I get them wrapped and we go to check them. You know, I'm not gonna bring you back right away, but when we go to check them through the foil, we'll be trying to probe for temp. I'll come back to you guys, just kind of give you an update of where we're at, and then we'll be looking at the finished product. So I don't think we're gonna be too much longer. Once we wrap, it shouldn't take too long, since we're in the 165-ish range, so we don't have that much further to go. Okay, guys, hope you hang in there. Hope you're enjoying the video, and we'll see y'all in a few. All right, guys, so I'm getting ready to foil these like we talked in the last clip. I'm gonna go ahead and show y'all like what I'm doing here. This was the one we said that was like at 185. And it's not going to take very much at all to get it cooked the rest of the way. We talked about that because this is one of the thinner ribs that we got. But what I'm gonna do is, you know, if we were doing like traditional pork ribs, we'd put like some butter and some sugar down. Guys do it differently, but they'll put butter and sugar and give it that like sweet taste. Since we're dealing with beef, we're not gonna do all that. We're not doing sugar on beef. So we're just gonna put some of this Worcestershire. It goes really good with beef. And it'll put a little bit of moisture in there with the foil as we cook it. So just, you know, keep some of that moisture in there as we cook so it doesn't dry out. I'm gonna put a little bit on the beef itself, so. I'm gonna make like a little pocket here. I'm just gonna kind of wrap it. Nothing too crazy. I want to go on the grill, and I'll wrap them individually just like that. We'll keep going on and we'll wrap the rest of these. I'm not gonna go through each one of these on the video, but I'm just kind of wanted to show you guys and give you guys an idea of what I'm putting in the foil with it to kind of give it that moisture and to keep it, so we keep it tender, you know, so it doesn't dry out on us, because we can't spray it from this point since it's gonna be wrapped. And what I'll do is I'll just keep going through the foil, trying to get temp, make sure we're at temp. And we're looking for tender still, but they're pretty tender, so I have a feeling by the time we get to that 190, 195 temperature, we're gonna be right where we need to be. Again, we really need to be focusing on the tenderness of them, but I'm also gonna be looking at temp. So we're gonna be kind of balancing both. But if for some reason I get to that 200 and they're not tender, then I'm just gonna keep letting them go. But as long as they're tender and we're at temp, then we're gonna pull them off. So next time you guys see me, I won't be putting them on, but we'll be probing them while they're in the grill, and then we'll be seeing where they're at, and then hopefully we'll be pulling them off not shortly after that. Okay, guys. All right, everybody. So these have been going for about another hour and 15 minutes past wrapping them, and they're ready, man. I'll kind of give you guys, let me see if I can do this without blocking my camera, to show y'all what I've been doing. I've just been using this little thermopin thing I got here, and man, it's sliding right in. And let's see here, we're really just looking to get to a maximum, not really a maximum, but we want to get to 190. This spot's probing at 186, so there was a spot on here I think that was probing at like 190 already. 187.5. I mean, that's close enough, really. Like I said, certain spots in here were already probing at 190, so let's see here. What's this one probing at? Yep, there you go. Look, that's perfect. That's good, and it's tender. I mean, I can pretty much probe anywhere in there, and it's really tender. So let's see where this one's at. Oh yeah. Yep, we're over. Well, we're not over, you know, we're still in that range. 201, 202. I mean, that's perfect, and it's tender. It's probing tender too. So this was the only one that was kind of questionable as far as the temp. And it's like right there, 187, man. I mean, I think we're good. I don't think anybody's gonna get sick or anything off something like that. That's close enough. It'll continue to cook for a little bit after we let it rest. So man, we're gonna pull these off and get them resting, and then we'll take a taste test here in a minute and let you guys see how the finished product came out, man. Hope you guys hang around to see the rest, see the end of this video. Thanks, guys. Hey guys, welcome back. So these ribs, I've been letting them sit, and they're in the foil still, but we'll get this foil undone. That looks pretty dang good. That bone's detaching itself right there. That's not a big deal. This was the smallest of all the ribs that we had, so the rest of these they've been resting for over an hour, so I think they're ready to unfoil. Oh my gosh, it smells so good. They pulled back off that bone beautifully. As you guys remember, we put that Worcestershire in here, and it freaking smells amazing. So I'm just gonna lay all of them out. That's what we did here. Oh man, that one looks delicious. Look at that. That's definitely the biggest bone. You know what? I'm just gonna take this little one. I'm just gonna do a small taste test because we're actually eating this tomorrow with some dinner on Easter. We're gonna have these for Easter, so I'm not gonna do a major taste test here, but I'm gonna do a little bit of a taste test. Oh my gosh, guys. That's good. This is my first time doing, I'm so stoked. This is my first time doing beef ribs, short ribs on that Kamado. And those are freaking good. Look at that. You can see the smoke ring in it. Get out of town. That's good. That's like eating, I watched some videos before I did this actual video for my short ribs. And most guys were saying that, you know, it was like eating brisket on the bone. It literally is like eating brisket off the bone, guys. Like, that's got good flavor. That seasoning that I put on there is amazing. That Worcestershire is spot on. I would suggest you use that on if you're gonna do this method. This is our first time. I'll try this again. We might try a different seasoning. Maybe we'll do a couple things different, I don't know. But we'll definitely do this again. But for the first time on the Kamado Joe, I would give this 2 thumbs up. I mean, it came out great. You know, a lot of times when we do firsts on the Kamado, they don't always come out the way we want, but this one did, so I'm really happy. I'm really excited. So I want you guys to stay tuned for my after action barbecue report. I'm gonna come out with that here in the next clip, and we're gonna talk a little bit about some things that I probably would have done differently and some things that you might want to try differently. See y'all in a little bit. All right, guys, I know I said I was gonna come back to you guys with that after action report, but I wanted to show you guys. I cut these things in half. Look at that, man. Look at the smoke ring we got. And that meat is just so juicy and tender. Like, that's ridiculous. That's gonna be awesome tomorrow when we go to eat this. Same thing on this one. And these thicker ones too. I swear it looks just like a brisket almost. I swear it does. And these smaller ones, I mean, these are a lot smaller. There wasn't much meat on these. But they still did good. I mean, these are really good. You can still see the smoke ring. Even here on this piece. Yeah, it just looks like it came out amazing. So, yeah, guys, I just want to bring y'all back and kind of show y'all what we were looking at when we cut these ribs in half. So sorry I didn't bring that to y'all in the last clip, but now we'll see y'all on the after action report. Hey everybody, so this is me coming to you 2 days after we cooked the beef short ribs. We did these on Saturday. It's Monday now. So I told you I would come back to y'all and kind of give y'all an after action barbecue report on it. And here I am to kind of give you my take on what we did. I feel like it was a pretty successful cook. One thing I will say about these short ribs is they were good. They were good. I got them from a local farm here, and I think we talked about that earlier in the video, but the meat was good. It was good. There was a lot of fat on these. I had to cut a lot of fat off. And I was able to do that. I cut a lot of the fat off. I got that membrane off the back of them. That was pretty tough to get off. Membrane on beef ribs any beef ribs is really tough. So it took me probably 45 minutes to cut these 4 little sections of ribs. I mean, that's too long. That's a long time. But overall, I felt like the seasoning was there. The flavor was there. It was really good. One thing I will say, and I don't believe it's anything we did in the cook that messed this up, but some of these ribs were not that thick. I found that the thicker ribs cooked a lot better, more evenly. Some of the smaller, thinner ribs, they weren't tough, but they weren't tender, juicy like some of those thicker ones were. And I don't think that has anything to do with our method. I think that had mainly to do with the fact that it's the cut of the meat. You know, because I cooked these till they were tender. I cooked them till they hit that target temp of about 200 degrees. Some of these were over 200, and that's what you're looking for. About 195 to 205 is kind of what you're looking for. And some guys will even tell you you can go above that as long as they're tender. So you're trying to look for that tenderness along with that doneness. You know, you're trying to find that balance. And if the doneness comes first, like that temperature comes first, but they're still not tender, you just keep going until they get tender. I know that's kind of confusing. I've said that a few times in my video, so I hope that don't confuse you guys, but you definitely want it to be a tender rib, and you're not as concerned with the doneness. Of course, you don't want to burn these, but you know, you're kind of looking for that consistency between both the tenderness and the doneness. So overall, I feel like this was a good cook. What would I do differently? I would probably maybe add a glaze to it. I had put some Worcestershire in that aluminum foil to kind of give them a little bit of that, you know, keep them moist, keep them juicy. But they came out good. They pretty much all finished around the same time. There was one little rack in there I had to pull out before the others because it was done before them. But they pretty much, the other 3 racks finished, you know, ahead of time. And one thing I found about these ribs is they don't have a lot of meat on them. The short ribs don't have a ton of meat on them. Not these anyways. So me and my wife, out of the 4 racks, we easily just got one. It was literally one meal we got out of them. So, but they were good. They were good quality. They were good. They tasted good. I gotta throw a shout out to Honestly Beef. That's where I got them from. They were good, and they were delivered to my front door, and I felt like they were a decent product. It had nothing to do with the meat quality. So as far as the not being a ton of meat on it or whatever, that's just beef short ribs. That's what you get. But this was the first cook that we did beef ribs on this Kamado. I felt like it came out great. And again, the only thing I would probably do is maybe throw a glaze. Put some kind of glaze on it, and do that. And you know, you guys that may be something you want to do if you try these on your Kamado or any other cooker that you're going to try them on. You may want to come up with some kind of glaze, like a teriyaki glaze or something, to go on these beef ribs. Other than that, guys, man, I really enjoyed it. I thought this was fun. So, and we're gonna keep bringing these. We're gonna keep trying to do something different. But I'm glad you guys tuned into my channel today. There's plenty of other people you could have went to, but you stuck on this channel, and I appreciate that. So going forward, guys, I hope you subscribe. I hope you give me a like on this video, or give me a thumbs down if you didn't like it. Comment. You know, if you got questions, please comment in the comment box. But again, I hope y'all subscribe, and guys, I'll see y'all next time. Until then, this is T-Way Eats Barbecue Treats. We'll see you on the next one.